I greet you all and welcome you to our today's lesson. The topic is professional practice in taxation. Today we've come to the tail end of the topic. The subtopic is tax health check. So far we've covered forms of tax practice and matters relating thereto. We've done matters relating to new clients. We outline the procedure for handling of client work. We studied the disclosures in tax returns, computation and correspondence with the Revenue Authority. We covered the area on moral and ethical issues in taxation. We studied how tax agents are appointed, the obligations of tax agents. We also highlighted the professional liability of tax agents. We went ahead to look at the cancellation of tax agents' license. Then in our last session, we focused on the role of tax agents in appeals procedure. Today, we are going to wind up the chapter by studying tax health check. In this lesson, in studying tax health check, we will define the meaning of tax health check. We will highlight the purpose of a tax health check. We also go ahead and identify the key components of a tax health check. Then finally, we will highlight the benefits of a tax health check. So welcome to the lesson. Tax health check. First of all, what's the meaning of a tax health check? What is a tax health check and what does it entail? Now, a tax health check is essentially a comprehensive review and assessment of an individual's or a business's tax situation by tax professionals or advisors. That means that a tax health check is conducted by a tax professional or a tax advisor, and it is a comprehensive review and assessment of the tax situation of an individual or a business. And the process involves examining various aspects of tax compliance, planning, and financial records in order to ensure accuracy, in order to minimize risks, and identify potential opportunities for tax optimization. So, the question we need to answer here is, one of the questions we are going to answer in this lesson is, what is the purpose of a tax check, health check? Purpose of tax health check. Purpose. Why is it important for an individual or for a business to conduct a tax health check? The first reason is what we call risk assessment. Number one, risk assessment. The purpose of conducting a tax health check is to identify potential tax risks, including errors or non-compliance areas within tax filing, within calculations and reporting. Risk assessment. Number two, the second purpose is compliance evaluation. Compliance evaluation. to evaluate compliance. Reviewing of tax returns, records, and also transactions may be carried out to ensure compliance with tax laws and regulations. To evaluate the individuals or the company's compliance with tax laws and regulations. Compliance evaluation. 3, opportunity identification. Opportunity identification. The purpose for carrying out a tax health check is to identify potential tax saving opportunities, to identify credits, to identify deductions or incentives that might have been overlooked by the individual or by the business. Efficiency analysis. Is to analyze efficiency, is to evaluate, all right, current tax strategies. So tax health checks are conducted in order to analyze efficiency, to evaluate the current efficiency of current tax strategies, and to assess the alignment with the financial goals and with compliance with tax laws. So a tax health check may be conducted to evaluate the efficiency of tax strategies. Efficiency analysis. So these are 4 major reasons or purposes for tax health check. Then let's study the key components of tax health check. Key components of tax health check. The first component is reviewing of tax returns and records. Review of tax returns and records. When carrying out tax health check or the examination or the review or assessment of an individual's business tax situation, then there must be a review of tax returns and tax records. There is an examination here. The tax professional examines the past tax records, the past tax returns, the financial statements, and any supporting documentation to verify accuracy and compliance. The second component of a tax health check is analysis of transactions. Analyzing transactions. A tax check is not complete without analysis of transactions. This is assessment of business transactions, investments, analysis of financial activities in order to determine their tax implications. Analysis of transactions. Tax planning strategies. Tax planning strategies. This is the evaluation of the existing tax planning strategies in order to determine the effectiveness and potential areas for improvement. So these are key element of tax health check. When a tax professional carries out tax health check, then he or she has to examine the existing, to evaluate the existing tax planning strategies so that he or she can determine the effectiveness and if there is any room for improvement. Compliance check, number 4. Compliance check. When carrying out tax health check, then a tax professional has to has to identify any potential red flags or areas where compliance with tax laws is compromised or might be at risk. Then lastly, we have recommendations. Recommendations. These are recommendations or solutions. That's also a key component of tax health check. Recommendations and solutions. Our tax health check is not complete without recommendations and solutions. This is where the tax professional provides advice, provides recommendations, or even strategies to rectify identified risks, to mitigate identified risks, to improve compliance, recommendations to improve compliance, or even recommendations to optimize tax efficiency. So these are 5 key components of tax health check. Then finally, what are the benefits of a tax health check? Benefits. Benefits of a tax health check. Now, the first obvious benefit is in relation to risk mitigation. Risk mitigation. Early identification and resolution of compliance issues or errors to avoid penalties and audits is made possible as a result of a tax health check. Because yes, we say that tax health check is an examination of the records of a company